everyone. Welcome to Things Podcast, where you get kids' views on world news. Today we have a couple stories for you. And also, just in case you hear any giggling in the background or moving around, just know that there is a high-powered modified Nerf gun in the room. So if you hear any shouting, screaming, giggling, or death, please just understand. Anyway, moving on to our first story. Lewis, would you like to present the first story?
Okay. Please don't shoot me. Well, my story is about how you might have been wondering, but in the Olympics there is something that is called ROC, which are all Russian athletes, but since they had been caught doing something illegal with their athletes, well, now they have been punished, and it used to be worse, and, well, I honestly think it's kind of sad because they were, in my opinion, a pretty patriotic country, and it's kind of sad because as punishment, not only they are not allowed to play not allowed to have their normal name, they are not allowed to play the national anthem or fly the national colors, or wear the national colors for that case. And, well, what they had done was they got caught by the WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, for competing in after new revelations appeared about a doping program that Russia had been accused of. Originally, they were going to be banned of 4 years from participating in world sport events, but it was lowered after the laboratory in Moscow that was doping them helped identify the athletes who may have cheated across various sports. So what's your opinion on this punishment? Do you think it's fair or a bit harsh?
I think that it's completely fair. I mean, the Olympics has clear rules that you're not allowed to cheat, and if you cheat, then you should be punished. And yeah, I think it's very fair, and I honestly don't think that they should have been able to find this loophole to continue participating, and that the Olympic Committee should have cracked down a little more on keeping them in check. So, my opinion is, it mostly correlates with why that yes, there is a high chance that this lab in Moscow was in part endorsed by the government in some shape or form. Now, if you heard a loud crack just then, that was my partner in crime Y fucking murdering William for being a bad human. But yeah, in general, I just think that Russia really shouldn't have found this loophole, but maybe they shouldn't have been banned, but instead just had sort of really rigorous testing put on especially them, so they can't do this again, because after all, this is the Olympics, and it is about different countries competing.
I think the world spent quite a bit too long not realizing the political implications of the Olympics, because they are a big political event, not just sporting event. And you have to be aware of this when watching them. Countries like China or Russia always want to win, because if they lose, they think that that other countries will look down on them. And they have to look good in the eyes of their people, or the entire country will come toppling down, because people will realize it's a ruthless dictatorship.
Okay, tell me how many years Putin has been the president.
I don't know.
Lewis, Russia is a ruthless dictatorship.
Okay, continue.
Why? What did you do? Why? What did you do? Why? Why? What did you do? Why?
Push it down.
Why?
Push it down when you're doing it.
Why did you do this?
Why?
Why?
the Olympics are a way to gain political power. Honestly, I think the punishments need to be harsher, because it feels like a playground punishment. Like the teacher comes in and gets mad at the little boys for fighting.
Connery. William found the overpowered modified Nerf gun, and I think we should get out of here before it gets ugly. Oh God! This podcast is going terribly.
That was short-range blast of air to like 12 months.
You realize that can shoot a Nerf dart out of midair, back at someone. Yeah.
Did I hit your eye? Okay, he lives.
He's a football player. He's freaking.
Oh yeah, no, he does this most of the time.
Yeah.
Yes, that is indeed true. I do not have that much. I do not feel that much pain actually. So who's talking?
It's no surprise that countries like China and Russia always come out on top in these, because they will do whatever it takes to come out on top. Because to them, not coming out on top or doing really good seems like a fatal flaw, something that they have to get rid of.
Yes, I agree that the punishments might have been hard, but I think they should have found a way that Russia could still compete in the Olympics or so, or maybe just not be able to compete in any, well, less major event, just once or twice, I think. But yes, I agree it should have definitely been harsher than this, and I'm sure they probably have some big law enforcement to make sure that they are not doing it again. William, your opinion, and you better not shoot me.
Oh, well. Well, I mean, if they cheated, they should probably not be, or if they attempted to cheat, they should probably not be doing it. Jesus Christ.
Might have been hard, but I think they should have found a way that Russia could still compete in the Olympics or so, or maybe just not be able to compete in any, well, less major.
Please! No! I just want to do the podcast! But...
I'm sorry, Ryan. It seems that this has been this podcast where you get kids' views from world news.
Okay, yeah, so that'll be it for my story, and we'll just wait a second until Ben gets back here, so we can tell him, oh, there's Ben. So Ben, where were you? We're about to present our new story. Where were you?
Oh, sorry, I just had some business to attend to.
And do you know where Wires is here, the toilet or something?
Oh, yeah, he had to get home. You know, it's getting quite late, you know. It's sad, but it's whatever.
But what about his microphone, the one we're using right now? Do you know what happened to it? Like, why do we still have it? I thought he really cared about it.
Oh, he must have forgot it. I think he was just feeling a bit under the weather. He must have just wanted to get home.
Well, okay, I guess that seems it's kind of sus. I'm sorry, let's not tell him that. So, Ben, to present our next story, introduce it to us, please.
Well, thank you for that story, Lewis. It was very sad, the departure of Y midway through this podcast. But moving on to our next story, Connery, would you like to present it?
Recently, in the UK, they have come out of lockdown. So, cases haven't dropped. There's still the same amount of cases, but they decided that the economic benefits of coming out of lockdown are more important than slowing the growth of the virus. As Boris Johnson said, the British people will just have to weather with it. Now, personally, I think these people are goddamn idiots. There's no economy to be had if people are dead.
I mean, yeah, no, you're right. But also, hey, that's my home country, damn you.
And this is also one of many things I personally think is very wrong with Joe Biden. with Boris Johnson's government.
Why the fuck did Joe Biden come?
You guys got some opinions on this?
Well, yes, I do believe this is how I would describe it. A very stupid idea. Well, like you say, there's no economy if the people are dead. I think someone should quote that. Well, really, I think they should just wait a bit until the cases drop like a bit more. But really, at the moment, it's just stupid. Like, I mean, people are just gonna get inflicted, and, well, rest in peace.
On one hand, yeah, UK's coming out of lockdown. On the other hand, oh, now everybody's dead. Huh. Well, that might as well have happened.
And this is also happening at the same time as cases in Europe have started to go back on the rise again. Of course, cases aren't as bad as they were in the start or in the second wave. But this is no time to go out of lockdown. The UK is still one of the most infected places on the affected countries on the planet by percentage. Meaning that they either got really unlucky, which is doubtful, or they have a prime minister, Boris Johnson, who doesn't care too much about the people of the country.
Okay,
Yes, they've gone down.
I can tell why he's gonna come back.
Yeah, personally, I just think that, although it is a stupid idea, that the UK probably can't remain in online school for too long. Why? But why are you here? I killed you! I saw you! What are you? No! Why? No!
Well, I guess it's my turn to say it. This has been Things Podcast, where you get kids' views on world news. Ah.